What's up, y'all? Welcome to Motivation Monday and Care is Care for. Today we're going to talk about counting it all joy. And I just want to say that we're going to get back to it after I get through the count it all joy message. But we're going to talk about planting seeds and bearing your fruit in good timing. So, count it all joy essentially means like, even if you come across trials, tribulations, and temptation, be happy for it. And I bet you like, why? Well, I'll tell you because I looked it up. Like, I need to know. But when you come across temptations or trials, that's your faith being tested. And when your faith is tested, it produces steadfastness. And that requires the highest degree of patience because it's easy to pop off. Just know that. But little growth is still growth. And when you're in these trials and tribulations, that's your test. And so when you're hurt or if you're angry, think about more than what you feel in that moment. You have to think about the future. What reaction that you have right now could negatively affect your future. So don't be out here wilding, y'all. It might not be worth it. The world's not going to stop hurting you. The world's not going to stop, period. So you got to just readjust and understand that no one can love you and do for you like you can do for yourself. So what? You didn't get what you want. You probably didn't need it. Not even probably. You didn't need it. It wasn't for you. So that's why it's not yours. Little growth is still growth. And by counting it all joy, that gives you an opportunity to improve your grace and virtue. So that brings me back to producing the fruits of your labor. I heard this message from somebody's dad when I was like 16, 17. And I was complaining to them about something. And they were like, count it all joy. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And they explained, like, it's going to be worth it. You might not see it right now, but it's going to be worth it. And here I am 12 years later. And we talked about how the seed was planted in that 16-year-old, 17-year-old stage. And it didn't grow until 12 years later. I didn't even look at how long it takes trees to grow. That's another point for another day. But, you got to let this, whatever year you planted those seeds, you got to cultivate it, you got to water it, you got to take care of it so that you can experience your trees bearing fruit. And you got to be conscious of what you're putting in your head and your mind. Keep your conscience clean and clear. Be yourself because nobody else can be you. That's who you are designed to be. And either they're going to like it or they're not. If they don't, they're not meant to be in your life. It's not rocket science. God made you to be who you are for a reason. Fulfill your purpose and discover who you are so that you can be the best of who you're supposed to be. And if it don't work out, count it all joy. You don't have to speak on everything either. Like, growth doesn't happen by running your mouth. Like, that's enough. Growth does not happen by running your mouth. Furthermore, I want you guys to think about stages of plants. Like, you're going to have some hard times. You're going to have times where you feel like you can't make it. You're going to have times where you're feeling down. You're going to have times where you're feeling depressed. It's not always going to be easy. If it's easy, it's not really worth it. So, that was another message within itself. But right here, I had to cut off a leaf because it was dying. It's going to hurt sometimes. But think about what can come from eliminating those dead ends. You can't always hold on to the bad. So like with my plant, some days we have good days, it's thriving, it's hydrated, it's perky, and then some days it's just like, girl, I'm not feeling it. And I'm like, Raya, why you not feeling it? But I gotta give that attention, that focus, that love to boost it on back up. Look at her, she curling underneath. She a little sad right here, a little sick too. I need to take care of that, but it's not going to always be a smooth sailing road. It's going to be rocky. Things are not always going to go the way that you want them. And also, timing. Our timing and God's timing is not the same. Honestly, I could really be like 87 or in God's time. And with age and experience come wisdom, because there have been plenty of times where I think about a scenario that happens and I'm like, the old me would have wrung your neck. But growth is knowing the wrong decision that you can make, but knowing the decision that you need to make for yourself and choosing otherwise. So even if that's like, the old me would have choked you right now, but I'm growing and God is working on me, so I'm not. Just letting them know what could have happened may be enough. Don't put your hands on nobody, people. Don't put your hands on nobody. But having that power in my hands of having that room and that space to grow and have grace, extend grace to somebody, because God is always extending grace to me. I could have been dead and gone, but every morning thus far, I get a chance to wake up. So you got to extend that same grace to others, and you got to understand everything isn't for you, so count it all joy. If it's for you, it's for you. If it ain't, it ain't. Try to be better than the person you were yesterday, because we don't always have the opportunity. If you guys want to read that scripture, I don't even remember it. Matthew 6:13 is something, but I don't think this is it. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks so much for tuning in to Motivation Monday and Care is Cared For.